Hello everyone, today we will be presenting our strategic marketing plan for Waverley Helpmates. Waverley Helpmates has been operating for over 30 years, providing employment, training and support to disabled persons. This program is funded through the provision of domestic and gardening services to the Ashwood community and surrounding areas. This presentation summarises our accompanying report on the strategic marketing plan of Waverley Helpmates. Through this plan, we are applying the analysis of the operations and environment that Waverley Helpmates is operating in, and the creation of a plan with consideration to marketing goals and objectives, as well as target markets and positioning, which is shown in depth through the situational analysis as per attached appendices in our report. Through the information gathered, we have created a revised marketing strategy, ensuring the implementation and monitoring will help Waverley Helpmates to be able to continue to provide their services within the community, as well as increase their revenue and reach. The limitations of this plan will be limited to optimising Waverley Helpmates' marketing position.
Waverley Helpmates operate with an increasing saturated market, and they are competing with a growing number of service providers. While this is a big issue that needs to be addressed, there are many other key issues that include significant net losses of $19,000 in 2017 and $67,000 in 2018, as well as a large drop in donations of 79% from 2016 to 2017, relying on ageing customers who offer limited prospects long term, lack of digital communication platforms such as the company's website, their social media, and they are curbing lead conversion and exposure to new markets, as well as limiting consumer engagement. And lastly, the issue that there is barely a marketing strategy and they are lacking a clear brand message, have outdated marketing collateral, and their growth model heavily relies on word of mouth referrals. Although Waverley Helpmates has these issues, there are still many opportunities that are available to them which may be able to assist with the consolidation and improvement of the business. Some of these opportunities are the fact that they have the convenience of combining and offering home and garden maintenance, which has the potential to offer consumers a one-stop shop. Existing staff with abilities in Adobe Suite, WordPress and other programs, hence the basic skills required to deliver a digital marketing strategy available. Optimizing digital communications could particularly assist with engaging with a younger demographic. Unique selling points in the home and garden maintenance sector through the business social responsibility ethos. Access to staff who want to learn and develop new skills, so would likely be open to cross-utilisation, administrative and customer service work, which could make services more accessible. And lastly, expansion into nearby areas which lay closer to the city fringe and would allow Waverley Helpmates to capture time-poor commuters, young professionals and families who have their financial means and the demand for helpmate services, and offer greater prospects of long-term customers and elderly residents.
The overarching marketing goal of our strategic plan is to maintain current clientele levels as well as increase customer base by 6% each financial year until 2030, as shown in the graph on this slide. The sub-objectives of the marketing goal are shown on this slide. These objectives will be monitored monthly by supervisory staff, quarterly review by committee of managers, and adjustments will be made to ensure positive growth without compromise to current employees, staff and services provided. The positioning statement that we have created as part of this plan is in line with Waverley Helpmates' current values. Waverley Helpmates is a non-for-profit organisation employing the disabled. Waverley Helpmates aims to provide quality gardening, cleaning and ironing services to the community. The funding provided from these services ensures Waverley Helpmates are able to support their employees through meaningful work and vocational training, as well as empower and maximise the potential of equal opportunity employment for the disabled.
Next up, we're going to be talking about target marketing and positioning. So for Waverley Helpmates, we've really tried to hone in on 5 key audiences in our marketing strategy. First would be older local residents, so they've been an area where Waverley has performed quite strongly already in the past. Beyond that though, we really want to move towards attracting a younger demographic, so young professionals and young families in particular who are time poor but maybe have a higher household income with 2 parents working, or even just with more members of the household working. They will generally be more inclined to turn to help for those regular household tasks. Beyond that, we've got residents of neighbouring areas. We would particularly recommend focusing on the city fringes, but we'll go into that a bit later as to why those demographics kind of fit with our strategy. And beyond that, we've also gone a little bit into the commercial opportunities that might be available. So places like aged care facilities and schools, community centres could really offer that reliable income and large scale as well. So it could be a really good source of revenue for Waverley into the future. We've listed a positioning statement for each. I'm not going to go through each one, but it's basically based on the point of difference that will attract each audience as we see it. So for instance, the young professionals, they want something that's time saving, but there's also quite a strong consumer trend towards being socially responsible. So our positioning statement really plays into that by emphasising that they will be giving back to the community as well as saving time on those household tasks.
Now we will look at the strategy recommendations of our marketing plan. Product.
To increase market share, Waverley Helpmates could look at creating a number of packages, including a house and gardening combo package, fortnightly and monthly packages to create regular work for them, and 3, 6 or 12-month packages in which the client would get a substantial discount to stay with the company for this period of time. Other ideas could be working bee packages for larger jobs where they have multiple staff on the one job and get it done in a day or two. Spring cleaning packages at the start of spring to get an influx of clients during that time. Or business and commercial packages for local businesses around the area to get regular cleaning services throughout the year. Lastly, they could offer gift cards which could be sold as housewarming gift cards, stocking fillers during Christmas and Easter, baby shower gift cards, and gift cards for staff, which could once again be part of that business and commercial package.
Price.
Currently, Waverley Helpmates are very competitive for price compared to similar businesses within their market. However, there are some simple opportunities which could increase their pricing models, such as effective quoting tools online, such as video walkthrough quotes and price estimation tools, which would give the client a better understanding of how much it's going to cost them, and it would give Waverley Helpmates a better understanding of what the job entails before they actually accept the job. Loyalty rewards programs that we talked about earlier, 3, 6 and 12-month packages, which have a discount compared to the standard bookings to keep the clients on for these period of times, or spring cleaning packages at the start of spring to get an influx of clients on your books, which they could hopefully roll into being more regular. Lastly, modernising the payment options would be ideal for them. Currently they are using cash. However, they could increase their income by offering card facilities or online payments such as BPay, bank transfer or Venmo. These are being used, especially BPay, being used by companies a lot these days as they're a very simple and effective way to pay. They are great for if the job costs a fair amount. So you don't have to handle a lot of money in cash, and it gives the option of the client to pay whenever they want. And they may not have to pay straight away. It might be invoiced for 7 days, but they can pay in their own time, which clients seem to love now that we are becoming a cashless society.
Process.
Firstly, looking at lead generation. The first idea is to introduce a booking form for consumers that they are able to complete on the website. So then a quote can be sent to them either via email or provided over the phone. If the quote is done online, there is a guaranteed callback within a certain period of time. And thirdly, they can consider a chat function on the website whereby people can ask general questions, request a callback, or receive a quote all in live time. With lead conversion, they may be able to look at a 12-step process that will include a follow-up email after the initial lead once they have received a quote, or offering a free trial to entice the customer into using the product. And once the consumer has used the product, a single follow-up email will follow, thanking them for using the service, requesting reviews, as well as offering additional services. Beyond this, when a potential customer has contacted Waverley Helpmates but not used the product, or have used the product only once, they may offer them a welcome or welcome back discount. This process should be done via email, as the telephone may be considered intrusive to some consumers. With monitoring and adjustment, a gap analysis should be completed and reviewed every 12 months by the marketing manager to avoid or lessen the impact of the sales decline phase, which may be a part of any business. This will allow Waverley Helpmates to see what parts of the business are making a profit and which are underperforming.
Place. In order to increase the clientele base, Waverley Helpmates are recommended to expand their service area. As per the attached maps, these are the suggested zoning areas in order to expand the service areas. These areas have been targeted due to the demographic makeup of these city fringe areas, including majority of family households, averaging over 55% of the population, with a much higher average household income from working mainly in either professional, scientific or technical services. Services in these areas could be introduced on an opposing schedule, being Sundays, Mondays and Wednesdays. People. One of the biggest assets to any service-based organisation is the tangible aspects such as culture within the business. Waverley Helpmates already has a very strong culture within their employees. However, investing in the people of the organisation will further build on this. Due to this, the strategy recommendations are to create development and learning plans to create unified synergy within the business. This will also create the opportunities to cross-skill employees to build on skills, as well as create contingency in the event of unexpected leave or the need to assist while changes are occurring within the business. This will also create empowerment of the employees and create motivation. Other initiatives suggested are Employee of the Month, creating recognition of employees, internships to create high-skilled marketing at a low or no cost, as well as potential networking with other disability organisations. Promotion and physical evidence.
So a key focus for us in this area was digitisation. Waverley really needs to, modernise and optimise their digital presence, their online presence, their social media presence. So that could really help them, especially engaging with those younger audiences that we've said that they could and probably should be targeting. We also listed a few different traditional targeting methods, so particularly in terms of moving into new areas. Things like pamphlet drops will be really helpful in getting word out that they are in the area and making sure that they stay true to that sort of community focus and local focus by doing really kind of involved on the ground tasks like that as well. And there also needs to be a standardization of branding, so moving forward with new logos, new branding, that really needs to be something that's carried through the brand, from email signatures to the website to uniforms. That consistency will play really well with customers in showing that they're a strong and reliable brand. Now I'm just going to touch on our implementation, monitoring and control plan. For a more detailed view of this, you would probably need to refer to the report. Essentially, we're looking at a 6-month implementation plan, obviously with ongoing efforts for the monitoring and control aspect, and even for a lot of the strategies like social media, that's going to be an ongoing effort. We've allowed for about an 8% margin in the budget, just in case we have underestimated some costs. That's all in the plan as well. And for our monitoring and control that you'll see on the right there, it's basically based around team meetings and consultations, reporting as well on a quarterly, biannual and annual basis, depending on which level you're reporting to, and gap analysis, things like that, to make sure that everything's running according to plan and that any issues are caught early on and rectified so that we can kind of adjust accordingly.
Waverley Helpmates is in a unique position within the domestic and gardening services market, as the company provides a diverse mix of services and possesses several USPs pertaining to their community and social footprint. Strategic recommendations have been made which aim to increase demand as well as expand the demographic and geographic market, and most notably, the strategy has sought to target younger working professionals in the CBD fringe, as these time-poor, cash-rich customers could provide increased revenue and be a reliable ongoing customer. In order to provide a well-rounded strategy, recommendations have been guided by the marketing mix. Key recommendations include the introduction of loyalty schemes, traditional print marketing, scheduled service area zoning, as well as employee development and learning plans. Beyond this, optimization of digital platforms, including investment in SEO and social media promotion, are a key part of the renewed strategy. If implemented and managed accordingly to the plan provided, the strategy aims to meet a goal of 6% growth in Waverley Helpmates customer base year on year until 2030.
Thank you for listening to our presentation today. Please find on the following slide the references and materials used in order to assess and create the marketing strategy plan as presented today. Thank you.